Well, this is kind of a interesting change of things going on for a Monday night. Welcome to the Monday night draw stream, and yeah, if you can read in the description, I'm just gonna finish what I started. Uh, you remember quite a while ago we got this going, and it is kind of like a do a little better picture of it here, better view. So it is a New Warriors kind of facsimile cover featuring B-Negative and Snowflake. And you know what? I figured Daniel Kibblesmith is not going to have his comic book come out anytime soon. Yay, Parrothead. Yeah, I've actually hopped on with Makani on Sundays every now and then, but man, the schedules just are brutal. Um, but yeah, we're gonna get this thing as close to done as we can. And what I plan on doing, so what I'm using is Prismacolors, and the thing about Prismacolors is they blend really, really well. It's really cool. But the only problem is there's these small inconsistencies. I don't know if you can see it. There's these like small inconsistencies with how it spreads over the paper evenly, and um, it's a bit annoying to me. Not my cup of tea. So what I want to do, and something that I've learned is you you do a little bit of oil. You dab a little um, Q-tip, and then you just go over the finer or the thicker areas and blend in, and eventually it'll smooth those rough spots out. That's part of the plan there. And yeah, Parrothead, I'm amazed you're here because this is kind of last minute, no notice. I kind of wanted to be doing this every Monday night, hence the thumbnail that I've gotten for the stream that's already up and ready to go. Dang, just finding the time because it's just like you get home, you do your working out because I am working out at the moment. Trying to get in as much shape as I can. Uh, I don't want to have that usual journalist, um, freaking comic book entertainment news body. Unfortunately, hail to bounding into comics. It's freaking. But you know, I actually like feel energetic. I don't want to freaking die when I'm 45. You know, of heart disease or some shit like that. It's just not good. So what I want to do, keep myself healthy, keep myself active, and hopefully live a little longer so I can see what's going to happen at the end of this whole debacle. Speaking of debacle, Parrothead, you're seeing this now, but everybody else, you're probably going to see this on a replay of the live stream. Saw what happened on Friday? That was crazy. Uh, what was it? Thursday and Friday. So you don't want to look like Anthony Dark Gave comments. Okay, so actually, I don't know what Anthony looks like. You know what? I don't want to look like who's uh who's somebody that I've actually seen in person. I don't want to shout him out. All right, I want to shout him out. Nano Reaper, hail. You know what? I want to look like Henry Cavill. Henry Cavill paints his Warhammer models and looks freaking cut as shit. Uh, so yeah, he's a freaking nerd, and he's cut. He's cut up like a freaking chiseled god. Pasty white and skinny. Yeah, that's the typical nerd. That's the freaking stereotypical nerd. Pasty white and skinny, and I don't want to fit into that stereotype, unfortunately. So I'm hitting the P90X. Shout out to the P90X pyramid program. Um, Back in the day, they were really focused on trying to get people to do their supplements and sign on to their programs. But guess what? You actually do the freaking workouts. That shit works. Um, I don't think I've shared this, but before summer of 2020, I was 195, and now I am a good 174, 175. So yeah, 20 odd pounds just lost over the course of the summer and the winter months. It, you know, it's I'm not chiseled, I'm not grizzled, and I think that's because I didn't use weights. I used resistance bands. Resistance bands great for just doing light workouts, but if you're wanting to gain mass, you got to get some fucking weights. There's no way you're going to be able to get through it without some fucking just putting some iron on there and just pushing yourself to the limit. But yeah, fucking A. So yeah, you guys were around. What'd y'all think of what was happening on Friday and Saturday? That was fucking crazy. Everything going on. And we're still kind of dealing with it today. You got people going after the site, looking to deplatform us. Twitter today announced that stupid fucking whatever that the mass reporting button or whatever it is they got going on, the bird watch. I saw that and I'm like, this is bad. This is really fucking bad. Why? Why is it bad? Well, for two reasons. One, it allows anybody and everybody who is offended by a certain thing to just start mass flagging something as this isn't true. This is false. And yeah. Yeah, Nano Reaper. I think I need to Parlor Parlor's done. I Parlor's done. That's I'm not even gonna mess with Parlor anymore. But mines might have to be the thing now. We got the Karen button going up on Twitter, and it's here's the thing. Twitter's going to be encouraging these people to work for them for free, to be their content managers for free. And the thing is, it's going to be like, yeah, yeah, it's going to be like, I can't even imagine. Like we speculated right after the election how emboldened a lot of folks would be at the results of the election, how they would see this as an incentive, as a green light to do whatever the hell they needed to do. And I said, okay, cool. I would like to see them do whatever they think they needed to do. Let's see how well these guys can unite with each other. How well they can band together and make an effort, a concerted effort to uh, do what they feel they need to do to progress in whatever direction they feel they need to do. Because guess what? Um, I don't like getting political, but I do believe that in the politics and the zeitgeists of whatever the hell 2020 and 2021 ended up being, uh, unity, even amongst people you think are 100% behind you, there's no unity. There's no unity. Yeah, election, whatever that was. Don't ask me. I didn't really do anything with that. I have no confidence in politicians. People put their faith in politicians. People put their faith in Republican. They put their faith in Democrat. Guess what? At the end of the day, they're all going to disappoint you because at the end of the fucking day, the real speaker of the House is the dollar bill. It's the fucking dollar bill. And you, as an individual, will have no power to say anything against that dollar bill because that dollar bill speaks volumes above any of the shit you could ever bring up. You could kill a man to prove your point, and the dollar will kill 50 to prove theirs. So yeah, it's just that's the way the politicians work, and that's at some point your mind is lost to that. Your ability to control, to contrive, to uh, chuck and jive your way through life and decisions, all of that goes down the drain. Uh, but you still got to do as much as you can and make a profit from it. And so they're gonna do their thing. And now we've got to do our thing. We got to go to all these alternate fucking uh, uh, social media sites in order just to put content out there. We're all content creators, or we're all looking for content that speaks to us, that doesn't really we like our content. We like our content simple, and we want our content to be effective in communicating a story. What most of the media nowadays has been all about is creating content that wants to push agenda. And, everybody's got an agenda, everybody's got a spiel, everybody's got something to sell. Um, After so many TV programs and and fucking advertisements, all of them speaking the goddamn same fucking thing, you get tired of it and you just go, all right, I'm done. I'm done with this shit. What else is on? And then you turn the channel and then you find the same fucking thing on the next channel. And then you're like, what the fuck? Is everybody doing this shit? And then you realize they are. Why? Colin Kaepernick back in 2016, I want to say, 2017. I can't remember when he did the kneeling thing, but it was a short time later. He was kicked out of the NFL, right? Or whatever. NFL didn't want him anymore. I don't remember his star rising that much in terms of being a valuable player, but he's whatever. That's besides the point. The fact is, at some point during all of that, Nike approached Kaepernick, and Kaepernick was the golden boy for Nike. And someone put it in succinctly why they wanted Kaepernick, because that corporation, as much as they didn't like big corporations, and Nike's a big fucking corporation, as much as they disagreed with everything that Nike stood for, freaking sweatshops and fucking stupid ass, child labor, they understood that Nike was making a business decision. And that business decision was to uh, endorse the wokeness because they believed that that was the future to bank on. And dastardly, how's it going? So yeah, the woke agenda is brought to you by major corporations, or not brought to you by major corporations, but brought to you by individuals who wanted to, you know, raise some bullshit. But they they fucking they fucking shit the bed. They wanted these corporations to be their saviors. And yes, they gave up their soul, they gave up their message so these corporations could profit off of them. And I don't know if that's going to be good for them in the long run. It's good for them in the short run. Kaepernick's got a lot of money. A lot of money. But we shall see. Who wins at the end of the day? Does woke storytelling, does this woke environment? Yeah, brought to you by educational misdirection. People that would exploit it, of course. 5 years? Nano Reaper. It's 2021. We are not even into February. Look what's happened. I don't think we'll make it to 5 years. Now I say that as a complete moron. So take my take my speculation with a grain of salt. But yeah, I stopped buying Nike too, Nano Reaper. You know why? Because I couldn't afford it. I couldn't afford the fucking shoe made by a 3-year-old in a Chinese sweatshop. That's weird, right? It's weird to say. When you say it out loud, you're just like, what the hell? Oh, yes. Kaepernick will piss away his Nike money in 5 years. 5 years? Oh, okay. You're talking about Kaepernick. For some reason, I was thinking about like the situation that's going on in woke America. Yeah, that'd be interesting. 5 years. That's the thing. I think it's going to be shorter. I think we're going to see all this wealth accumulated by wokeness. Because what are they going to do? What are they going to do? Really? These are young folk who have had no training in self control, and all they know is the lavishness of consumerism. Yeah, it costs less. Nike less than $1 to make a pair of shoes. Of course, because they're paying that child 5 cents, and the materials are probably about 75, so it's about 80 cents. 80 cents of rubber and 5 cents of labor. Oh gosh, really? I'd have to look into that. I want to see how many of those lotto winners actually did something wise with their money. Here's the thing: I am not a biblical man. I am not a religious man in any way whatsoever. But there is a parody, or not a parody, fucking parable. Uh, Jesus presents to the disciples about the wise investor or something like that. I don't know, but he essentially says the dude that brought him something more than what he was given, that one will get more in the end, and the other ones just, I guess they were like thrown in the fire pit or something. I don't know, but that's the general gist of the story is be faithful with the little that you're given, and much more will be given to you. What you don't see nowadays is that kind of trust and value in putting work into the little that you have. But here's the thing that I see that's a positive. There is a community right now who has very little. We do not, s- very little, and that's us. That's the hashtag the Phantom Menace. That's the hashtag the Comics Gate. That's the hashtag of freaking the new media, independent news, bloggers, so on and so forth. I see us as having very little compared to these big, major fucking corporations. And these guys and gals getting into these big ass fucking major corporations, you know, you see that instant gratification. You see them going from strength to strength. And you don't see them being faithful with little, that they have so fucking much. I think that's like my 12th fucking for the stream. But you see them with so much, and you just kind of wonder to yourself, huh, how are these guys able to hold on to so much when we have no example of them being uh, good stewards? That's the parable. Good stewards of the very little that they had, of what they had before. The things that they have now granted to them. I could tell you right now, a lot of us didn't have the social support structure, the fucking, the same level of opportunities to get into some of the things that these guys got into. We are not privileged. We are not privileged at all. We are grinding our nose against grindstones to get things going in the right direction for our lives. That's what I perceive. A lot of us are independent. A lot of us are, working 2, 3 jobs on top of providing this kind of content to you guys and just trying to make it happen. God dang, trying to make it happen. Right now, I am super dead tired, but I want to finish this. Look at it. It's like almost there. But I'm dead tired from work. And dude, we have what I've also noticed amongst our communities, we have a work ethic. We have a fucking work ethic that I don't think any of these other guys would know what to do with. Like, if ever there was a time where they were called to do the shit that we do on a daily basis, these guys would pass out halfway through. Some of us got kids, some of us, just dealing with stuff on a daily in our regular lives. And we make the time, we make the effort, energy to do this. Not because we see financial viability in it. No. Here's the thing that I had to really come to grips with. I think going forward, this is the mentality I need to have, and I think everybody who makes content needs to have. Just do it for fun. Don't give a shit about you know what kind of monetization you're gonna get. What kind of ads do you want to put on your thing? What kind of what kind of content? Blah blah blah. Do what you love. Let it go, and just fucking do it. Turn on the camera and get it going. I've decided that because time is pressing, a lot of my stuff throughout the week, in terms of what I plan to do, will be live stream format. So, live stream format, meaning I am going to be doing Monday live stream, Drawstream. Tuesday, I've got something else kind of planned for Tuesday, so stay tuned for that. And it's going to be around this same time, around 9, 8, 9, 10, give or take. Depends when I recover from fucking working out. And then there's also the aspect of what's happening in the world today. That seems to be a constant feed of what goes into my free time. All right, as a writer for Bounding into Comics, at times I am writing. So probably after this, I'll be trying to tackle an article. Um, you guys will have to tune in to see what that one's all about at some point. But yeah, I will be writing an article at some point, and uh, so you guys saw what was happening last Friday with the whole Star Wars thing. So we go on as we do on Fridays. Fridays at 4 p.m., 7 p.m. Eastern, 4 p.m. Pacific, 4 p.m. Pacific Standard Time, 7 p.m. Eastern. We go on and we talk about the latest episode of WandaVision before it was The Mandalorian. And what had happened is something was culminating in the background with Twitter, we had a lot of attacks coming out on the website, and then oh yeah, the Twitter mob, as is tradition. You know, I'll be honest. I've dealt with worse. I've dealt with worse scum and villainy. And honestly, these guys are hiding behind keyboards. The folks that I dealt with were up front and in your face. So these guys do not scare me. One of them came at me today while I was trying to promote Bounding into Comics on Twitter, and you know, I did my best. And then when that person would not have it, I said, okay, well, it seems, what did I say? It was, I was seeking a dialogue, and I was seeking to further educate both you and me. But it seems like you, as the second party, are not really interested in that. And so we part ways. Goodbye. And tweet. Keeps coming at me. Mute. Dude, I don't have time for that. I don't have time for that shit. You know? Yeah, you want to have constructive dialogue. You want to come to an understanding. You want to reach a conclusion, and you want to present evidences. You want to present an argument based on evidence that you have seen. We could talk forever. We could talk all night long. I will hear you out as long as you lay out that shit for me, and I can lay out my shit for you. If you just want to rail and you want to make false accusations and no evidence whatsoever, no fucking evidence, the conversation is over. You go on your way. You've already made up your mind about what you want to be doing. I have no conversation with you whatsoever. And, you know, people who want to be reasonable, I am more than willing and able to be reasonable with them. But the moment they want to start throwing their shit around and get into a dick measuring contest with me, uh, that's not happening. It's not happening. But, so, there it is. Yeah, Twitter only cares, dude, with that new Twitter stupid bird thing, twit bird, whatever it's called. It's a freaking Twitter only cares about feelings, not facts. The thing is, we were we were trending. Bounding into Comics was trending, but for all the wrong reasons. Everybody jumped on to support this Star Wars High Republic host person, whatever. And fine, you want to support her, great, but you have to support her in knowledge of the thing that she is doing, which nobody wanted to acknowledge, nobody wanted to research, nobody wanted to know. They just threw their support blindly at this woman without knowing any of the facts. And Ichibaka, John, Jack Posobiec, all these guys presented the truth of what they were supporting, essentially. Not one of them cared. The the person I was having a little bit of a dialogue with today did not care. And I hate to generalize, but you get a sense of maybe that's the feeling, you know? Oh, they have an audiobook for the High Republic? Ah, fuck. Yeah, I'm not reading that shit. I don't know. It's just like, yeah, you have a sense of like, okay, maybe I should read it just to know how bad it is. But it's like someone's taking a shit and then they tell you, "Hey, I wonder if this tastes really good." No, no, you can smell it from a mile away. Why the fuck would you? Anyway, it's just it's some really bad shit. You don't want to smell it, and you sure as hell don't want to eat it. I'm gonna cheat here because I don't have a straight edge. So look at that straight edge right there. Bam. But yeah, I think I've been blessed in that I don't deal with a lot of trolls online. Uh, you know, I've only met two. No, three. I've met three. I won't name names. We'll keep them safely anonymous because they are safely muted. And yeah, I'm not going to encourage people to go take a shit on them. They've got enough. They got enough. What's the word? The chip on their shoulder. Dude, if that's like the thing that you do, and you got some baggage, You come attacking me when I'm trying to throw some reason your way and doing it in just I threw all my customer service skills on that one. Nope, nothing. So okay, cool. That's that's what you want to do. Take care. Wish you well on your journey. You know, that's all I can do. That's all I can do. And at some point, customer service, they're they're instructed once the customer starts cussing at them, once they start swearing at them, uh, you as a customer service agent are obliged to hang up on them because that's getting into harassment and as an employee of such a company you don't want to be exposed to that kind of environment where you're being sworn at all that shit. But yeah, I didn't know it was an audiobook as well. That's I saw the artwork. The artwork looked really, really interesting. However, the fucking story, like, we have an article over at Bounding into Comics where they talk about the issues with the lightsaber. How it got stuck in a it got stuck in a rock, and the only way it could get stuck on a rock is if they hit the mother lode of fucking Beskar in that rock or something. But no. Fundamentally, not recognizing how lightsabers work. Yeah, and that's the thing do as nerds. We look at these things and we go, ah, that takes me out of the story. And we could become disappointed in the content. Just, uh, but yeah, it's a it's a cruel and fucking weird world that we live in right now. Do I say I hate it? Do I say I hate this world? No, I don't. Why? Because I will never, ever meet these people in person. And if I do, there's a 90% chance that I can turn them around. Now, having said that, there's that 10% chance that they're just completely unloosed, both in real life and online. You know, I mean, if you, I've seen some people. God dang. Hey, OC Steve, I am drawing. Look at that. You know, look at that. This is kind of what. Gosh, let me zoom out here. So, remember that Daniel Kibblesmith book that was supposed to come out, New Warriors, New Warriors. I'm doing a little variant cover, unofficial, very unofficial because the New Warriors isn't coming out anymore. But yeah, OC Steve just got done with some P90X, and I am completely wasted from head to toe. I figured, you know what better time to get this live stream started than right now. You know, you can put off things for a day, you can put off things for a week, but eventually you have to realize that the best time to get things done is right now. And that completely fell apart in my mind when it came out of my mouth. So there's a moral of the story somewhere there. Wait, Dolph? Dude, is it is it essentially I'm just working out like Dolph Lundgren in freaking Rocky Four? Just all these computers hooked up to me, measuring my metabolic rate of intake and all that kind of stuff. Best effect, the best of technology. No, I don't need that. I just need to freaking get going on this workout. I am probably not gonna get that Chris Evans or Chris Hemsworth or Chris Pratt body. I am, but I'm gonna be content just being healthy. You know, axe and logs. God, dude, Nano Reaper. I live in Southern California. Nobody has logs. It's not the woods. I'd have to move to Northern California to find that. More towards Yosemite. Oh, see, Steve knows. Jesus. Um, but yeah, I want to get this. I want to get this started for a Monday. Tuesday, something else, and then Wednesday, I want to go over a chapter of something that I've been reading. Untapped market for firewood. Every summer, Nano Reaper, that firewood market is realized. Dude, OC Steve, yeah, I want to do pre-sunrise workouts, but my I work at a place where I am unable to do so. My workplace is very early morning, and so most of my workouts are regulated to nighttime, which is good. For a little while there, I was unable to join the Bounding into Comics live stream, and now that I'm working daytimes, I'm able to join the boys again. But dang, it's just like it's weird. So I don't know. What are you guys' thoughts on what's going on with Star Wars? Because I know what the main YouTubers think. They all put out their videos the day that it happened, and I know what our staff over at Bounding into Comics thinks. Uh, so, what do you guys think of what's been going on with the whole High Republic and this whole Star Wars debacle? I'm interested. Yeah, hate it. Yeah. Elaborate, Nano Reaper. I'm interested. I am curious. Uh, what aspects of it has caused hatred? And it sounds like disgust as well, which seems to be lining up with pretty much everybody's kind of experience with this whole thing. It's just like we were all waiting. We were all waiting for it to happen. It's like, okay, Luke came back. Cool. Everybody was happy. Everybody was working together. We were, swords into plowshares kind of thing. Freaking big YouTubers joining up with the fandom men's YouTubers. Just, yeah, dogs and cats getting along. Pandemonium. Oh yeah, YA all the way. I, well, here's the thing. They're attacking more than just me. They're attacking Ichi. They're attacking they're attacking Jack Posobiec. Dude, they're attacking Ethan Van Sciver of all things. Ethan Van Sciver. And I'm like, wait a minute. How did he get into this? So, Bounding into Comics broke the story like on a larger scale. Itchy really deserves a lot of the credit for tipping us off to it. Um, and then we have our audience. Jack Posobiec is fortunately a part of that audience, and him kind of just amplifying the signal there um, put it really on the map. But we get lumped. Did you see the stupid um, saltier than crate thing going on? Uncle Ethan can hang with these simpletons asking to defund. uh, but did you see the saltier than crate story that John put up earlier? How they don't want any mention of Bounding into Comics or Doomcock or frickin' who else was it? Geeks and Gamers, the Fandom Menace, Comicsgate, Ethan Van Sciver, and of all things, Forbes. Forbes. I looked at that. I'm like, what? I'm scratching my head. Why Forbes? Why did Bounding into Comics get lumped in with Forbes in these people's minds? Like, I need some context here. I obviously missed a memo. I missed a financial meeting because I would like to be in those Forbes financial meetings. It's just um, you know, it's freaking. Do they think we have just tons of money or something? I, I might. No, I don't. I live in SoCal in a freaking in a rented room and in a freaking uh, pulling as many hours as I can at my work just to pay for things. Uh, but yeah, it's just like, yeah, I don't read Forbes. You know why I don't read Forbes? Because I'm a nuts and bolts kind of guy. I just want I want that pyramid to be freaking upside down. Give me the meat of the story right up front, and then give me the detail, the minutia afterward. I want to know what the fuck is going on, essentially, and then all the other stuff you can just meat and potatoes, essentially. Um, and Forbes is not that at all. It is well, um, how do they do it? They just do. It seems there is a certain amount of information coming in from blah 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 blah. Sources are confirming that blah 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 blah, and blah 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 said on Thursday that this would lead to this and this would lead to that. However, we have discovered on this day going forward that blah 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 has happened, and now we are coming to this conclusion that the reason that you came here, the actual reason for the fucking story. And it's just like you're 12 paragraphs in before you actually get to what the hell that was. And it's like, oh gosh, are you paying these guys for how long they can keep the readers interested in the article? Because number one, I'm nuts and bolts kind of guy. Number two, I'm strapped for time. I ain't got time to be messing around with all your words. Just get me what I need to know, and then I'll read more later. Just fill me in on what I need to know. Just horrible journalist in that respect. Probably the the last journalist they would want to fucking hire. So I'm just like, nah, tell them right up front. Don't waste their time. I know they're busy. They gotta go invest in like markets and throw their monies in nonprofits. I want to know why we got lumped into Forbes. That's that's bizarre to me for some reason. But yeah, I'm kind of proud to have made that list. Before there was a list of YouTubers on this website. I forgot the name of the website, but list of YouTubers that really they were they were pointing them out as like right wing or left wing or center, and Joe Rogan somewhere in the middle there, CNN center, Fox right, Nerdrotic right, Heels versus Babyface. I think he was right too. Geeks and Gamers definitely right. Bounding didn't make that list. And I was kind of like, oh, that's kind of sad. But at the time, it was a YouTube thing. So I was like, okay, cool. Well, that means we didn't make the YouTube list. But yeah, we made the list, baby. We made the list. Uh, anything they don't like is right wing. Yeah, yeah. Applying logic to cancel culture is an exercise in yeah, yeah, yeah. Yeah, I don't. It just seems strange to me, but whatever. That's how they want to roll in the saltier the I don't even know what this subreddit is about. I guess it's like discussions on Star Wars. If that's the case. It doesn't sound like anything I would really benefit from because my Star Wars knowledge is probably like that much. Like it's you know minuscule. I think when was that? When was that when we pissed off Gail Simone? I can't remember. It was dude, and the thing with Gail Simone, we did me and Spencer were actually having a conversation with her, believe it or not. It was during the dynamite debacle, letting you guys in on some shit that was going on. But you can see it on Twitter if you go back to it. All the tweets are public unless Gail somehow like deletes them. But again, pulled out the best I could for my customer service skills. Um, but she insisted that she was not going to be having any conversations with us. And so, it's just that's what it was. That's what she wanted to stick her head into the sands and not have a conversation. That's completely up to her. She had her time at that time to really clear the air regarding everything that was going on with Dynamite and with her involvement in particular, and the Jay Lee controversy, and Tom King, and whatever that dude's name was. What was that dude's name? Kawamari, Komari, whatever the fuck his name was. That just like if you want to talk about toxic pieces of shit, like that guy. I'm assuming it's a guy, is really just top of the notch, just pure levels of saltier than crate. I don't even know if he's a Star Wars writer, but at this point, I wouldn't be surprised. I would not be surprised. I was talking with Price of Reason, and dude, yeah, all them Star Wars writers have blocked us. Guilt by association. You are now on the same blockchain. Uh, using the same blockchain as Dan Slott. You know, and that's not a good thing. I don't think that's a good thing. If you're using the same blockchain as Dan Slott, I'm wondering how many other things you line up with Dan Slott in, ideologically, you know, weaselly. Dude. OC Steve, if things open up, I got some things to share with you. We'll have a drinking night and freaking share some of the shit that I got. I will share with you my Daniel Kibblesmith trading card. this I got trading cards of all the I think it's like artists and writers for upcoming Marvel comic books and DC comic books. Yeah, Nano Reaper, those exist. Gosh, you know what? Let me give me a second. I will pull out the Holy Grail here. Give you guys a little sense of what I've got. I don't know if you can hear me from way back there. Let's see what we got here. And gosh. See, most of these guys, I'm just like, okay, I don't know you, I don't know you, but I definitely know this person right here. If I can get their card out. Oh, yeah. Oh, here's a funny thing. You know that guy? You're like, okay, of course Jim Lee has a card, right? But little did you know. Oh, this is a name you'll really love to know that this person got a card as well. And if I can pull it out, I'll freaking love it. You guys will have quite a laugh. Why is it stuck? Yeah, dude, I haven't checked Will Wheaton. I'm probably not blocked by him because I'm trying to think if any of the guys have been writing, writing about Will. If they did, I'm probably blocked. Just by guilt by association, as they say. All right, so you guys want to get... Gosh, why did I just stuff these in here? It's like a freaking... It's like I wasn't thinking when I did this. Boom. There you go. This is, yeah, did you know? Base of operations, Oakland, California. Known for this one summer, Supergirl, being super, Hulk, Adventure Time Marshal, Lee Spectacular. Mariko spent most of her childhood pretending to be a horse. Yeah, Mariko Tamaki. The I Am Not Starfire freaking writer. You know, out of all these cards that I've got, it's just like, holy cow. Only maybe one or two of them have really made waves, but they made waves in the wrong way. It's just like, oh my gosh, just like I got a Jeff Johns card in here, which he made waves in the right way. Jim Lee, waves in the right way. But then I got like Kibble Smith in here. I've got freaking I'm trying to think. Magdalene Visaggio. What did she do? The name sounds familiar. Mags Visaggio. Oh my gosh, I think we wrote an article about her. I think, yeah, the way she's looking, she's probably one of them. Probably one of them that came after us. Oh boy. Mags Visaggio. Oh, I got some Paul Dini in here. That's good. And Gabriel Ball. That's good. I got Remender in here. David Mack. That's cool. But yeah, it's just. Jill Thompson. I don't know who that person is. But yeah, this is the real stuff right here. Oh yeah. Oh yeah. Secret Empire. Dragon Ball Z. Oh yeah, yeah, yeah. OCC, that's the one. Mags Visaggio, the freaking Vagrant Queen, the one that tanked. Dude, she was getting hyped at that con. I think I got that at Comic Con. Yeah, 2016, 2015. Yeah, Vagrant Queen was freaking awful. I mean, what was it? A few years ago, they did a kind of like a. They analyzed some of the shows that were coming out on some of the streaming services and noticed that there was a disturbing trend of shows that were being canceled. The ones that were being canceled were the woker ones, the ones with female and or persons of color within their cast and prominent members of their cast. Or the ones that were continuing did not have these elements as uh, as much emphasized in their shows. What does that tell you? They looked at that data and took away the wrong message. It's like I think they took away the message. Oh, yeah, that means freaking America's freaking racist when it comes to their entertainment. No, it means you wrote the ones that weren't all focused and hot and bothered about being, you know, represented. Those ones you wrote better because it was all about the story. And the ones that you ended up writing, the characteristics and the traits of their sexuality and their gender and their blah blah blah, all of that stuff before writing good characters, plot, story development, all that shit, you know, all of that, those shows got canceled. You focused on the wrong thing. And just with that assessment, you focus on the wrong thing. Oh, War for Cybertron on Netflix. You know what? No, I'm not gonna do it. Uh, I only have so much time in my day. I've got to do. I got a lot of things to do in my day. I do not have time to get into sucky shows. I'd rather watch things that I enjoy. Speaking of which, WandaVision. I talked about Friday. We went into it, the review for WandaVision, and then it all blew up and we ended up having to do a second live stream regarding everything that was going on with Star Wars. Star Wars kind of oh, just sucked the air out of the room in terms of what we could talk about for WandaVision because it was all happening all at once. Um, and then Star Wars made that stupid tweet. But I was thinking about it, and I go, you know what? Star Wars is kind of, I'm sorry, WandaVision. I liked that darker element at the end of it. I didn't care for like the full episode, what it was prior to that dark element. But when it started going dark, when I saw the villain emerging, I was like, oh, this is cool. This is cool. I'm here for this. Um, because I don't know, I like seeing the villain. I'm looking forward to Loki coming out because that show is going to be the victory of the villain. Or, maybe not the victory, but like the escape and just constant evasion of the villain from the consequences of his actions. Uh, but yeah, it's like I'm all here for that. In essence, yeah, show sucks when the sexual identity of the character is more important than the story. Universal and Disney having a slap fight over the streaming rights of the W. I saw that. I saw that. Um, and I think I saw your tweet on it. You said that goodbye WWE in essence. I think a lot of people when maybe not a lot of people, but there was some who were saying goodbye to Star Wars once Disney had bought it. And I know a lot more people were saying goodbye to the Fox properties when Disney had bought those. I don't know if they said the same thing during the Marvel acquisition, like the initial acquisition of Marvel, but I know they were saying it for the acquisition of the rest of the properties. That one was just like, okay, that's the death knell for fucking Hollywood right there. Peacock has exclusivity rights for the next 5 years. Interesting, 5 years. We were just talking about that. A lot can happen in 5 years. Dude, here's the thing. How were the matches when the coup hit? I know they were kind of awkwardly, from what I saw from clips, they were awkward. Like they were trying to get hype from the crowd and there was nobody there. Or like one dude was clapping. It's just it was just it was funny, but it was like cringe funny, you know? And it kind of worked, but I don't see that working all the time. WWE put on ESPN. I don't know how I feel about that. But hey, I don't know. It's usually not a realm I jive into. I watch wrestling back in the day, but not like I have no idea what's going on right now. I know nothing. I didn't even know The Rock. I didn't know any of those guys. The last time I watched wrestling was Hulkamania and freaking Macho Man Randy Savage and Ric Flair, Sting, Ultimate Warrior, um, Hacksaw Jim Duggan, Andre the Giant was still alive. Can Disney afford them? Disney is leveraged to hell yeah. Dude, I don't know what Disney is doing. Right now, Disneyland is a mass vaccination site. I don't know if the state paid them to use those lots. If they did, then they got some money in their pockets. Finally. Oh yeah, New Japan has live audiences. Yeah, don't get me started on Japan. I wanted to go. Supposed to go this year, didn't go because I was supposed to go in April of this year, and then the coup hit. Then the goof hit, and all of those plans went out the window. Had to cancel the flight, had to cancel all the plans, um, cancel all the hotels, and essentially just rethink life at that point because everybody was freaking just done. It was the weirdest traffic I've ever seen for a month. It was the best traffic I've ever seen in California for a month as well. Oh, you're supposed to go to the Olympics. Ooh, that hurts. I didn't read up on it. Are they refunding the tickets then? I'm assuming you bought tickets to the events or at least one event over there. Oh yeah. Yeah, no, no Reaper. They bought themselves they bought themselves all these properties and then all this shit happened. It's just kind of like the perfect storm. And it's just like, okay, they played the game like they've always played it. Just buy properties, make content, and then see what happens. And if you fail, at least you have these properties. You can try again at a certain time of month in 2 to 3 years because at least you have these properties. Um, oh, okay. It was in the works promoting New Japan to English speaking people. Yeah, that would have been cool. I would have been down for that. That's Dude, there's a lot of stuff in Japan I'd want to see if I ever went. I was thinking. I know some Japanese, but I do not know enough to get by comfortably. I can get by awkwardly, but I don't know enough to get by comfortably. Um, and I was thinking start taking some classes, improve my skills with Nihongo, and make a second go of it. And in fact, I think once I work at a company, and that company has an office in Japan, I am thinking that once things open back up and I have the skill to orate in such a way that I can be understood and I can communicate effectively to Japanese uh, businessmen, I could go over there on a little bit of a business thing instead of just going over there for leisure. I know there's drawbacks to going there on business. You got to keep on the business thing, but you can only do that for so many hours of the day. You got that time afterward to see, to experience. And that helps with my understanding of the culture. Cannonball? I'm not sure what you just said, Nano Reaper. It looks like you said a bunch of auto mechanic stuff. A realm of reality I am not familiar with. It sounds like you got some grease work to do, my friend. Um, Sounds cool. I wish I could do that, but I missed the boat when it came to mechanics class. It was something I was not too interested in. Obviously, I took to this kind of stuff, and even then, I only got a C in it because I didn't want to adhere to what the teacher was trying to put out to us. I just wanted to draw my shit. I did not care or have the patience to deal with trying to make abstract shit. It wasn't my thing. Like, make an abstract thing. Okay, well, whatever. Oh, there's a race from New York to SoCal. A speed record attempt. Huh. That actually sounds fucking interesting. You gonna do that in 2021? Is there a sign up sheet for that? Fuck. I want to look it up just to be, knowledgeable about it. It looks like a barrel of fun. You're racing a clock. Hmm, that looks like fun. Jesus, OC Steve, you know about this? Are you two fucking gearheads and I just didn't know? Uh, I feel kind of out of the loop here. 25 hours. Hey, Makani, how's it going? Uh, yeah, as I explained earlier, I am going to attempt to finish this thing, which is interesting because this will eventually be finished and it will be finished before the actual book ever comes out because that book is never coming out. But yeah, a drawing stream as you narrowed it down. I could have I could have done a masturbation stream, got immediately taken down, but no, I did a drawing stream. Dude, I want to do something interesting with the rest of these on Mondays. I want to bring back the I follow a Twitter account called Comic Waifus. It is it is it is fantastic. But I want to bring back something that they had back in the days of the 90s comics, the Marvel titles especially, the swimsuit specials. Oh gosh. Sports Illustrated had them and Marvel had them. Marvel had them. You saw Rogue, you saw Storm, you saw oh gosh, you saw a Ghost Rider for some reason, just a flaming skull on a beach, flaming skeleton on a beach. Just bizarre, funny. Yeah, these are the new mutants. You saw the video where they were like, okay, this is Snowflake in safe space, and Snowflake can project these little snowflakes that can cut through people, and then the safe space projects a energy force field, and then being negative is a character much like Morbius, and he has embraced negativity or bad attitudes. It's like this is this is like some serious woke crap, and it is funny as hell. Okay, here's the thing I wanted to address. Emo vampire, yes. Here's the thing I wanted to address. This title, the presentation of this title, and everything that it embodied was hilariously bad, but hilarious. Um, but it didn't go out. It didn't actively go out to insult the fans. It was an insult to what came before it, but it wasn't. You didn't have the creators of this thing go out and insult fans, as far as I'm aware. I didn't see Daniel Kibblesmith. Like, you fans are so horrible. You know, leave me alone. I didn't hear that. That's something. Anyway, so I give him that. I give him that. It was, I would have bought the title. I would have bought the. I was ready to buy the title just to see what this thing was all about, and then it never hit the. It never hit the shelves of Barnes and Noble, and that would have been one of my purchases at Barnes and Noble. That's the thing. Was this thing supposed to come out during the pandemic? That might have hurt it too. But yeah, it's this thing was it was doomed to fail, and the pandemic just kind of exposed all the flaws of the comic book industry, and the things that were doomed to fail just accelerated on its way. Yes, drain Snowflake. You can't fairly review something without trying at least to read it. That's the Nano Reaper, that's the shit argument. You know it's shit because you can smell it from a mile away. And you don't want to taste it, you know? I could smell this title from a mile away. I know what it's going to be about. He put it out in the video just like that. I know it's going to be shit. I would read it just for the shit value. Um, and just to have fun with it. Um, would it be enjoyable? Yeah, it would be enjoyable in that sense of it is so horrible. There's a number of YouTubers that watch Batwoman just for kicks and giggles. Um, they don't like the show, but for some reason there's a morbid enjoyment in just torturing yourself. I guess this is weird sadomasochism or something between the YouTube viewer and the audience. They just enjoy watching these YouTubers just watch pure and utter shite. I know Az is one of them who watches it. Um, my friend Script Doctor, he also tries to watch those things. It's just like, okay, why are you torturing yourself, Script? Don't you know? This shit is horrid. It's horrid. I could tell you, I looked at the fucking commercial. It doesn't appeal to me. No, he's watching it for some reason. Okay, cool. You have a stronger stomach than I do. Ugh, what time is it? Yeah, I saw the dude. The colors look dope, Makani. Um, you must have used Copic markers because I cannot do that with these things. If you could tell, I was showing it earlier, but there's like these little inconsistencies in the spread of the colored pencil across the paper, and that's because of the paper itself. I'm thinking if I get a better paper, I can just it would go on smoother. But I don't know. At some point, I'm gonna put some oil with a. Hey, Drew, what's up? Yeah, I'm gonna get some oil, spread it on there, and smooth out some of those rougher areas. Drew, you missed the live streams there on dang, what was that? Friday. Yeah, Friday. Yeah, I'm gonna post a full one tomorrow. Yes, it's Copics, some pencils. Yeah, dude, this it's been a while. It's been a while doing this. But yeah, Drew, you missed it on Thursday or Friday. Fucking Friday. Just everything happening. And then the thing that was happening on Andy Signor's YouTube channel, Popcorn Planet, John showing up there. That was interesting. Um, that was interesting. I don't know. It's just these are weird times we're living in. You find new new friends forged in the fires of the trials that we live in. Um, Never in my life would I have thought that John would be on Andy Signor's channel. Never. If you had told me last year that John was going to be on Andy Signor's channel, I would have said, nah, dude, you are fucking full of it. It is not happening. There's two completely different things going on there. No, it happened. It fucking happened. 2020 and 2021, weirdest fucking years ever. I am not going to discount anything happening for the rest of this fucking year. If Cthulhu comes out of the sky, wraps his tendrils around the core of the earth, and causes it to explode, and all our bodies are floating endlessly through space afterward, you know, if someone says that's going to be happening in a week, I would say, okay, I don't discount that. That sounds perfectly reasonable, perfectly viable, given everything that's been happening lately. Yeah, Admiral Oliver Franklin Doom. Yeah, my guess is he was a fellow YouTuber. I didn't know him. Unfortunately, I didn't know him. I, my assumption he was a sci-fi sci-fi focused, but yeah, it's just dude. I don't know what's going on either with all this stuff. Freaking don't know how to bring out those eyes. Yeah, it sucks when you lose the good ones. I mean, when the assholes go, you're just like, okay, cool. Well, I mean, you don't say cool. You're just like, yeah, yeah. But when good men die, it's the hole that is left in their absence is just you can measure it because that much more is taken away from everything. Yeah, let me. I gotta do this here. Hold on for just a moment. I'll send you the thing. Boom. And I'll send you this thing here. All right, come on, Andrew. Wow, I got a lot of notifications. What the hell? No, Stephen Wayne. Yeah. Yeah, cool. Come on in, Drew. I'm just chatting BS. No expectations on this one. It's just we'll get this thing done as much as we can. I think I got some detail on the skull there. That's a little bit of candle wax going on with a. I don't know about that blue flame. I might have to change that. That's the thing. It's just some of these light elements. I didn't. I gotta research how to look up how to like draw light elements because light elements are just like really just. I know light sourcing. Where's the light coming from? But when it's an actual light element, I don't know how to do that. Get my cannonball run before Butt Judge. I don't know who Butt Judge is. Butt Judge. I'm not aware with this, but Butt Judge. Where's this Butt Judge? Dude, now Reaper, I wish I had an extra hand so I could look all this stuff up. What you're talking about, but it is. I'll have to look it up later. It is all foreign to me. It sounds like you're talking about the Tour de France, but something you do with like automobiles and across the United States. Oh, okay. Pete Butt Judge. Are you talking about Buttigieg or whatever his name is? Buttigieg. What the fucking that guy? You know what? I think I got it. I think I got it. It's not about the source of light itself. Like it's not about the candle. It's about the candle in contrast with everything else around it. Maybe. I don't know. Reckon I'm just guessing. But what I've done is creating something dark and dreary, a castle. Essentially. Yeah, I can't spell it either. I know it's like but a gig. Sounds like something you'd go to on the weekends to earn some extra cash. You would. So what I had done is I designed this in a way that it would look like he did that. But if you notice, uh, there's no blood. There's no like. There's no mark. There's no stain on his face. But she's drained. What does that mean? Oh, there's the intrigue. A deadly donation of blood. It did it in like the old comic book style, which kind of like I kind of miss, especially when it comes to these new comics. Gosh, dang. I do not like the new layout for some of these comic books, especially their covers. It's it's not cool. It's not cool. It doesn't get you interested in what's going on. It just I don't know. Art is subjective. I guess there's some people that like it. I don't. Like when you got X-Men title where you got Rogue in the Savage Land costume, that get me interested, but for various other reasons. And then you got like Gen 13 with Caitlin Fairchild, and then you got the freaking the Wildcats. Yeah, I was severely interested. Severely interested, and I was. Oh yeah, that's when I discovered I was a man. Oh gosh. Yeah, every kid who grows up with comic books who has some sort of artistic sense, I wouldn't say called I wouldn't call it like a talent, but like artistic sense. They always strive to do better, to be better artists, to make great art. Um, these knuckleheads that they picked off the corner of somewhere in the middle of Hoboken, I don't know what was in their minds when they got into that industry. It's like, hey, do you want to be a comic book artist? Well, how much you gonna pay me? Well, next to nothing, I guess. That's got to be it. That's got to be it. They must be paying these guys next to nothing. And these guys are like, okay, cool. You're not gonna pay me anything. Then I will draw what you pay me for. Just what was that one? That was gosh, the new.
Well, hey, compatriot.
The new. Hey, Drew, what's up?
What's going on?
Dude, I'm trying to remember the name of the artist that created that stupid Eternals artwork.
Oh, God, don't ask me a serious question after I just wake up from a nap. No. Because I cannot process that at the moment. I don't even remember. I wish. Ugh.
Yeah, because they made a new Eternals title, and they're touting that all the characters are gay or trans or non-binary.
Oh, God, of course. I feel like the non-binary thing. It's like that thing. Swear to God, dude. It's like in the early 2000s, like chicks thought, "Oh, I'm gonna go make out with another chick because it's fun. It could be cool." And then now they've turned that into a whole like gender. It's like, what the hell? Like, how did that turn into that? You know, and that's what's so funny, man. All these bullshit social constructs now have somehow turned into like these supposed tangible gender identities and all this nonsense. And it's like, you guys do realize this is artificially constructed social nonsense, but people don't want to see that because they've actually been had it drilled into their heads as something factual for decades, and it's like, my God.
You're alone on that one, Drew. I do want to see two women make out.
Well, listen, I'm not going to complain when I watch it, but I'm just talking about the origins of it.
Depends on the women too. So,
well, yeah, if it's if
it's Roseanne Barr and freaking
if it's too
Wubba from China, no.
If it's too large Marges, no thanks. I'll pass on that. It's like, you do you, large Marge. I'm good. Oh God, brother, I am so behind. I got so much stuff to write. I've been like in a writing rut too. I've been like I've had like writer's block out the booty, and God, it seems like ever since I got back from DC, I've just been like lagging behind.
Dude, when the Star Wars thing happened, mine kicked into high gear.
Well, I know you guys were pumping out stories about that left and right, but I mean that was like a story-rich environment. I don't think there was no way you couldn't pump about 5 articles out about that whole saga, and it's still going on.
Yeah, it's still going on. No, I think most of it was because the stories were writing themselves. It's like we saw the Star Wars thing, an announcement, and we're like, oh great, Star Wars made an announcement. They want to support Christina Ariel, blah blah blah. And then we looked at the replies to the Star Wars tweet. Oh my gosh, everybody wants to cancel Gina Carano again. So that's another story.
Well, it's the base that they pander to. That's why.
And then I covered the dude that was actually put in hot water for. Are you familiar with this term? Because I'm just getting to know it. It's called anti-racist.
Okay.
Put it in the article, and it was it's this thing. The Disney employees was citing the book, saying that is his inspiration for doing what he did to try to bar white people from applying.
There is no anti-racist about it. It's just you're flat out racist. You can't make up new things to give yourself a pass. That's why I hate how hypocritical they are, because that's exactly what they're doing. They're trying to find ways around giving themselves a pass. Like, well, maybe it actually does feel wrong to like demonize one racial group, like I don't know, white people. I mean, you can't do that. So don't sit there and try to do mental gymnastics to come up with a term to suit it. I mean, that's not going to make it any better. You're doing exactly the very thing that you accuse white people of doing, which is supposedly marginalizing. Look, it's obvious to me a lot of these people dude, have not grown up at the street level. And by that, I mean, they haven't had, actual experiences, like multicultural experiences. Some of the greatest times I had as a younger man was going to parties with black people, with Puerto Rican people, with white people, telling the most fucking tasteless jokes imaginable about each other, and laughing our asses off, playing spades, getting drunk, getting laid, and then going home and doing it all again. But I had experiences at street level with people. Nobody got butthurt over a single thing anybody said, because there's such a thing that we understood context,
Yeah.
One of my dude, my friend that used to live on my block when I was younger, Jamal, he used to make fucked up jokes with me. Like he said, man, he told me, oh, what did he say one day is we were playing basketball in my driveway. He's like, you want to become a millionaire, Drew? I'm like, how the fuck is that? He said, come up with a recipe for a chicken that tastes like watermelon. But it's shit like that. He's black. He told me that joke, and that's what I'm saying. He's like, this is the world we live in now. Ain't nobody could say that now, but people be like, oh my God, you need to be canceled.
I think still street level, you could say that.
Yeah, you can with your friends that like grew up with you.
Yeah,
but
yeah,
to the average person, no. It used to be like back in the heyday of my party days, like in the 90s and shit. Yeah, you could say that, but not now. Because people got too poisoned by fucking social media.
Yeah.
I mean, that because it's a direct effect. Social media had a big direct effect on a lot of this shit.
Yeah, because I'm starting to think. You saw the other thing that was happening with Twitter, right?
Oh yeah, with the fucking narc on everybody so that you can get ahead.
Jesus.
I mean, yeah, I saw that shit.
I'll give it to Twitter. It's kind of creative for them to start employing everybody for free.
Well, because it gives them out. They could say, well, it was just somebody that was using our program. It wasn't us.
Oh shit! I never thought about that.
Mm-hmm. It gives them an easy out, dude. Because they could say, "Oh, it's just somebody using our program. We didn't do that." It's like, get out of here.
So legal liability is complete. I would love to talk to Rakeda Law about this, but legal liability is completely out the window.
Yeah, think about it from their perspective. I mean, Jesus, that's a dream, dude. They could get all the censorship going on that they want and just sit there and say, it wasn't us. We had no idea these people in our program would abuse it that way.
Man.
Yeah, Nano Reaper, that's exactly it. People that are perm offended would not last a second in a military or blue collar job. It's crazy, but that's who they are. They're seriously like milquetoast people. They have no backbone. They have no substance. They just sit there in their entire so much of their character, their existence is made up of these falsehoods and these ridiculous lies and social concepts that have been molded into their brain like this is reality, and it's really not.
Having said that, I would probably last maybe 5 minutes in the military.
In a what?
I'd last 5 minutes in the military.
Yeah.
That's just me, though.
I don't know, Don. I don't think you're. I don't think you're. I don't think you're soft.
I'm not, but I am fucking weak. The way I hit my workout today, I was dying.
Yeah.
Dude, this weekend has been a fucking mess. In terms of like everything going on. I think we handled it well enough. But yeah, the thing with Andy Signor going on, dude, sides are being drawn.
Oh, absolutely. Well,
it's turning into the war that should not be happening.
Well,
and,
Well, remember, culture. This portion, when battles break out, when the culture war rages, usually it's because it runs downstream directly from politics, and that's what you see. When you have the AOCs of the world going out and saying, well, we're making lists, we're putting people on lists, we'll go figure. I mean, that's giving people permission to go out and arbitrarily cancel people. Okay. Yeah, you're getting a direct result. It's running downstream from that.
So in a world where they have all sectors of politic, they have all sectors of social media and engagement and communication. Let's tackle this. What happens to our websites?
Well, we're only going to be we're only going to be around as long as we can be around. And they've shown, like with Parler. Now, if we start to actually get attacked to where the web host decides not to host us anymore, well, then guess what? We're fucked. If the company decides to cut us loose because we're too controversial a site for them, we're fucked. It's like, because that's how it's going to happen. It's not going to happen from them attacking us directly, because I think most of us, you, I, John, Spencer, we're all used to it by now. Because we've been attacked by trolls, we've been attacked by SJWs, we've been attacked by you name it, it's come at us. But the real thing that's going to happen is if we get unpersoned or deplatformed, it'll come in that manner. And it'll come from people going after those sources to get rid of us. And that's when you can't combat it, because it's out of your hands at that point.
Yeah. Because that's ISPs, and that's,
Mm-hmm. But don't think that people aren't petty enough to go after you at that level. And we've seen, like I said, with Parler, that can happen, and it will happen. So,
yeah, Parler's not officially up yet, huh?
Now, ding, ding, ding. Now, worst comes to worst, remember, I do have a backup, because one of my buddies in Comicsgate hosts my website on a private server. I still do have Sickest of All sitting there. If anything were to ever happen to Bounding or something like that, or we needed a refuge, we go over there, because they're not going to come after my buddy. He's hosting it on his private server.
Yeah, I think John has a backup. I'm pretty sure all that's snug tightly. I mean, especially after today's little message.
And unlike us being bound to the company, because the company owns our site, I'm not bound to a company. So we pretty much go on there and write whatever the hell we want. Not Not that I'm condoning writing whatever the hell you want.
Oh, I kind of write what I want.
Exactly. Exactly.
I mean, I can still, I don't know. But yeah, I don't know, because, okay, here, I'm having this conversation with this person today.
Mm-hmm.
Nothing getting through. Absolutely nothing getting through. I leave it off civilly.
Of course.
Because that's how I want to. That's how I want to conduct myself whenever I'm online, having some sort of conversation with a person. Absolutely unreasonable, unhinged. The problem is, I've seen that before in real life more than once. So, any of these guys coming online doing that all over a keyboard doesn't bother me one bit because I've seen tons worse. Problem is, these guys got the power now.
You know, they have the power and culture right now, but it's one. It's like I said, I don't let this shit bother me, because in the end, you know, and maybe it's because I grew up pre-internet. In the end, I don't need the internet. I can get right off the damn internet. I don't need to watch television. Shit, I'm good. You know, because again, I grew up pre-internet. I don't have to worry about it. But a lot of these people now would not survive without the, you know, their daily dose of surfing around their phone and everything else.
Yeah, I'm kind of thinking maybe I need to freaking figure out a way to cut off, and still keeping communication with everybody.
No, yeah, you know, it's called old school, man. You just exchange phone numbers.
Yeah,
I mean, that's pretty much it.
yeah. I'm not gonna get phone numbers of everybody in the Phantom Menace, though. That's
Well, you
comic
can
thing.
you can ask. You can ask. I mean, you know, the people that you interact with the most, people that you're closest to, you know, exchange details with them, and you know, believe me, it comes in handy.
Yeah, me getting Gina Carano's phone number is not going to happen anytime soon.
Well, no, probably not.
I know
I
that
think,
bastard Jay has it.
of course, he does. Yeah.
That's for sure. But yeah, that's. I don't know. I needed to do this stream because it's been a frustrating weekend, and it's been a frustrating. Just this afternoon dealing with that freaking troll, and I felt the frustration. John, dealing with Fido. I dare speak his name. On
No. Oh
Andy
yeah.
Signor's channel.
No, God, yeah, Vito. All I can think of when I say Vito's name is fucking the old Viva La Bam, the fucking Don Vito, the fucking slobbering fat ass.
Dude, I saw him in real life, and I'm like, holy cow, this guy has got 2 chips on his shoulder and probably 4 in the belly, because this guy is just brooding with negativity and pork rinds. He does not look healthy at all, both mentally and physically. That's the. I wanted to say that. I do not want to look like fucking Vito. Just that's why I'm trying to be active. I don't want to say his name though, because some trolls might be lurking in the chats. Because I know I'm on the radar now, dude. And I think after that story, we got on the radar.
Oh yeah, we're on the radar of all kinds of trolls, and don't forget, we've got my favorite fan club with the one that will not be named.
No, I'm talking about Twitter's radar.
Oh yeah, we're on Twitter's radar too.
Because we were trending,
Yeah, we were.
but in the wrong way.
That's a badge of honor, though. But yeah, we were.
I mean, yeah, but like when this bird cage came out
Mm-hmm.
of that tweet, I was like, okay, hey, bird cage, or whatever your thing is, we were trending. Our website was trending on your little platform. However, you guys neglected to read the article and you spread a lot of misinformation to your audience. Do you have any way of correcting that? Lie. They could have gone into Christina Ariel's Twitter history and confirmed it for themselves. But nope, no.
Yep. 'Twas a lie.
And then this dude today tried to accuse our website of racism. And I said point blankly, all right, you want to accuse us of racism? Please show us which article where we discriminated or denigrated somebody based on their race. I'll wait.
Mm-hmm. Oh yeah, they will never. When you press these people for evidence, they will never show evidence because they don't have evidence. They have their fifis are in a tizzy, so they don't have evidence. All they have is their emotional reaction.
Yeah, I don't know. Now, the only thing that will maybe help that situation is they got to actually work in order to provide evidence that an article was fake or it was, misleading, or what were the stupid options on that thing again? It was like misleading.
Mm-hmm.
You could tag images for being offensive.
Yeah.
There was some other shit on there that was like that had my mouth just gaping, and Spencer too was freaking seeing the writing on the wall.
Well, you know me. I'm a bull in a china shop, dude. I have 0 F's given about poking the bear. I mean, because you know me, because half the time, it has you cracking up because I just don't care.
But yeah, I don't know. If I'm thinking, how many people will be stupid enough to work for Twitter for free?
Oh, there'll be a ton. There'll be a ton of those little SJW crusaders. They'll be like, "Oh my god, I'm gonna go and report this and report this and report this."
Volunteers tribute.
Yeah, they can't wait. There'll be some that are tripping over themselves to do it because that feeds their need to pretend that they're they're gaining justice for everyone. They're making the internet a better place. We're getting rid of the toxicity. Yeah, right.
No. Fuck. I'm just thinking like there's got to be a new term then. It's no longer are they the warriors.
No.
They're the cops.
Yep.
The Gestapo.
Yeah, they are.
The social justice Gestapo.
They are. They are. We should use that, by the way. All right. I'll be right back. I got pee.
All right. Jesus Christ. But yeah, Twitter reminds me of the 1993 movie PCU. All the Twitter Karens are Moonbeam. They're coming. Jesus Christ. And tidy yellows have been wearing for a week. Dude, Yeah, the Twitter landscape is going to change significantly. If you thought it was bad now, I dare say just it's gonna turn super sour real quick. Um, and what a time for me to try to get involved with more social media and try to promote bounding into comics. Just like, oh gosh, now I got to do this. Now they lay out all these rules. Well, we had a we had a good time in the sun there for a few seconds. Get on the Twitter trending, for what it's worth. Those days are over. Actually, it doesn't really. I don't think it even covers the false information thing. Does it cover Twitter trending? Yeah, Drew's still pissing. Yeah, Twitter's going to become abandoned. I should set up a Minds account just in case, just to see. I am not familiar with Minds, but alternative means of communication is always invited. I can just email people too, snail mail people. Oh yeah, that's right. I know everybody's address.
Yeah, I'm back. Yeah, you know what's funny is like my mom made a comment to me one time. She said, you're going to wind up on some kind of crazy list. And I'm like, yep, I already have.
Yeah, I think we are.
I'm on multiple lists, Mom. Oh, man. But it's the truth because, like, these people have been told for so long the sky's purple, and they've gone full like past Jim Jones and drank all the Kool-Aid that they've been given for I don't know how long. And seriously, you try to just preach from a common sense standpoint, you try to preach from a true standpoint, and people don't want to hear what you're saying. They're just like, they're just like, no, the sky's purple. It's you that don't know. It's like, no, have you gone outside your house and laid eyes on the sky? It's actually blue. I hate that shit, dude. I mean, it's like, God, it's so stupid, man.
Yeah, I'm trying to think of like.
That's why I hate the hypocrisy of society right now. It's such garbage.
Yeah, society is. Let's see. Hollywood has always been bizarre. Like you got dudes that are just.
Well, they're just drones now, dude. To be honest, they're just drones now. They're not, they're very few free thinkers, and the ones that want to stay employed, they won't say what they feel because they're scared to death they're going to lose their, any shot at getting another job. So they don't say anything.
Yeah, I was reading this thing. Ichibaka put it out, and it's an interesting list of people that are conservative in Hollywood or believed to be conservative in Hollywood.
Mm-hmm.
And James Earl Jones, why do you think Star Wars didn't wish him happy birthday? Because he's on that list.
Oh, yeah.
Robert Downey Jr., I was amazed to see that he was on that list. He doesn't talk about it much, but he said that when he did his time in prison, an experience like that does not make you liberal. I'm like, what?
I have a
prison,
Man, I have a running joke. I actually tweeted it out before. I'm surprised I never got fucking kicked off of Twitter because I was telling Jorge one day that I actually tweeted it out. I said, man, another crusade wouldn't be a bad thing.
Fuck.
Oh man. Yeah, I have zero F's given, dude. I don't care what these people like. If they want to attack me, go right ahead, because I'll go to my grave believing the things I believe and looking for the truth.
Yeah, but I think you're not gonna get the Crusade. You're gonna get the Spanish Inquisition.
Yeah,
That's coming. If it hasn't already come, it's coming.
well, there's going to be a massive cultural pushback in addition to, and Wes and I have talked about it, as far as like current events level stuff. I mean, yeah, there very well could wind up culminating in a civil war. But taking that aspect of it, there's still going to be a huge cultural civil war coming. And you can already see the battle lines being drawn for that.
Oh hell! I was watching the Gospel According to Mark with a C.
Mm-hmm.
He was talking about Christina Ariel's shit.
Yeah.
And he put up something that was interesting. Her banter was not racism, was his conclusion. It was something far worse.
Mm-hmm.
And immediately my mind went to Malcolm X and what he talked about before he got taken out of the picture.
Oh yeah.
And I'm like, oh, is that going to be happening soon? Because I'm of a mindset like, okay, that could have happened, 2016. But it didn't. It could have happened maybe, I don't know, 2017, right after Trump got in. Didn't happen. Could have happened during the BLM stuff. Didn't happen. Is this like the beginning of the mobilization thing? That in the back of my mind, like the craziest thought I could ever think of, is this like the subliminal mobilization?
Yeah. Well, it's been. I mean, they people have been being conditioned for it the entire time.
Yeah, I don't want that though. Like when I was a youth, I was like, yeah, cool, because I'm a rebellious piece of shit. But I'm older now. I know, things can be shitty, but you roll with the punches, you do what you can, and fucking. And then all of a sudden, I see kids that very much look like me in terms of the rebellious personality, picking up the same shit that I was ready to pick up when I was a kid. And I'm like, no, dudes, this is not the way. This is not the battle you want to be having. This is not the war you should be fighting. But the colleges are all too willing to have them start doing that. Because I remember in my college, there were certain professors who were looking forward to the words of Malcolm X being fulfilled in the streets of America.
Mm-hmm.
They talked about it purely in a philosophical,
Yeah.
A what if scenario, but it looking forward to power. looking forward to a shift in the you know a shift in the conversation, if anything can be said about that. Ah, and again, as a youth, I was all for it, you know. But as a grown ass man now, I realize that is pain upon pain. That is uh, shit that no person should have to endure.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know. Who knew this would be a stream talking about Malcolm X and the revolution?
Well, he was dead on about the evils of the white liberal.
I mean, yeah, but they
But
would take his words and then try to install them into what's going on right now and say that now is the time. Now is the time for action. Now is the time to take over. Because I mean, this is the perfect time. This is the perfect time. They've got a weak ass leader. They got all the houses. They got all the legislative, executive, and I don't know about judicial. Judicial can't do anything, unfortunately. Oh, this is conspiracy theory stuff now. This is tinfoil hat shit now.
We're turning into a West Stream.
But yeah, my
God
whole
bless
worldview over this weekend gone, like wiped away. Absolutely wiped away my whole worldview because a woman who has a white husband either clout chasing or is actually super racist. You know, it's hard to tell. It's hard to tell. Oh, they don't have a judicial branch. Oh, okay. Well, we have the courts, but the courts can't do really anything. What are 12? Wait, 12? What are 12 justices going to do against an angry army? How do you think it would happen, Drew? Do you think it would be happening with violence and bloodshed, or do you think it would be coercion?
Well, I don't.
Appropriation and ultimately social pressures to give in to demands.
Well, a lot of this is right now is a soft war. It's not going to get into a hard war until the population starts to push back and starts to push back in a way, in a language that anyone can understand, which is, the language of taking out the other side. And it's not going to happen until, people actually take up arms and do so.
Shit.
But that is ultimately probably where it is headed, and that's years down the road, but that's where it's headed.
Because I'm thinking at the rate that we're going at now, where were we last year? in terms of all the culture stuff. Cancellation culture. Cancel culture was the thing last year. Now, what is it this year? Employment culture. Getting the right people in the right places. Setting the stage, essentially. And after the stage is set, oh my gosh, I just thought about it. So you got the head of creative content for HBO Max is a profound and brash communist, and says that they will fill the programs with communist ideologies.
Mm-hmm.
I forget that bitch's name, but Black Lives Matter person. And now you got this chick here who's clearly, well, not clearly, but like racist or freaking clout chasing, doing the Star Wars thing, and one of the writers also in that same vein, in that same Mickey Mouse Club. And I'm trying to think, like, okay, Marvel. What have we got going for? What we got going on for Marvel? Kevin Feige. Let's talk about Kevin Feige. Kevin Feige, back in the day, talking about Black Panther, he said he wanted to see more diverse stories. Diversity was an interesting thing, and it was an interesting story. There are interesting stories, different stories to be explored within diversity. I kind of disagreed with him. I disagreed with him. You know why? You tell interesting stories, and you have diverse people within those stories. That's the difference. You don't flip it and try to make the diverse the interesting thing. And that's the big error that a lot of these fucking franchises, Star Trek, Star Wars, all of these franchises are having problems with presenting diversity as the most interesting thing that their stories can offer. And then when those stories fail, what do? They blame the fan.
Well, sure. I mean, think about it. It's been like a it's been very lucrative for them in the sense of earning them social currency, not maybe monetarily, but earning them social currency. And then they, like in the case of Disney, I mean, sure, they earned back some goodwill with certain stuff, but now, after the Christina Ariel thing and us pointing that out, I think a lot of people are starting to see through the fact that, Disney, in the greater sense, is still doesn't give two shits about real fans.
No,
they care about appealing to the commie fans. And I go back, and God, I know you hate talking political stuff on your stream, but it's like, dude, I go back to the thing, like the stream I did with Wes when we played the clip of Yuri Bezmenov talking about all this, and he called this back in the 80s. He called this back in like the late 70s, early 80s. He said all of this was going to happen. He was a defector from, Russia. And he said that's exactly what's going to happen. Communist ideology will permeate your entire culture eventually, because that's what they're leading up to. And God, was he right?
You see that clip of Walt Disney denouncing communism?
Yeah.
Oh my, have times have changed. I wonder if Iger would make that same pledge, given all the money that is risked if he makes such a daring move. Actually, Iger, not Iger. Chapek? Iger or Chapek? It's hard to tell who's in charge of that thing anymore. But yeah, it's just like, what do we do? Like, I've got, yeah, kids these days hate successful people because they're somehow using other people. Yeah, that's part of life, kids. You got people that work for you that are able to do the things that you can't do, but guess what? You get paid more because you're able to organize and structure and get things moving in those right directions. Yeah, that's the way of the world, kids. Sorry. Unless you want to be one of those movers and shakers, yeah, that's capitalism.
Mm-hmm.
If you don't like capitalism, there are other countries you can move to that don't have capitalism. Some of them maybe better, maybe worse. All of them have pros and cons. You'll have to decide. Oh my gosh, what a bare bones conversation that is to have with your kids. I don't think parents have conversations with their kids like that anymore. Freaking kids, you'll have to decide for yourself. I have my beliefs on this, but guess what? Your experiences are going to be yours. You have to find your way. Ugh. My father did that. He let me find my way. It broke my mother's heart when I left Oregon and decided to go out on my own out here. I don't think I had told anybody this. I was in California and I shit. I was working for the grocery business at the time in 2004. And fuck it. My dad had cancer, the lung, and he was going through complications of it. I was not speaking to my family at the time because I was in a wonderful cult situation, and the next phone call I get, my father had died.
Mm-hmm.
I remember taking the trip up to Oregon. It must have been like 20 hours or something like that. No sleep. Just driving straight. The powers of a 20-year-old. Freaking stay awake behind the wheel when he's kind of in grief, you know? But yeah, it was... you don't have much... you don't have long on the planet. What the fuck was my point of this? My point was... fucking... I think we're fighting the wrong wars. People are getting ready for the wrong fucking war. And the people that are orchestrating this, people that are organizing this, are diverting our attention from the real shit that needs to be happening. And it's sad because no one can really turn away from what's about to happen. In my point of view,
Mm-hmm.
no one can get away with it. It's just like an inevitability. And as much as you try to steer people away from this and try to steer them onto the real problem, the real fucking problems, it all falls flat.
Yep.
And they all don't know that they only got a limited time here. Shit. But yeah, it's some of that like that the sun is gonna like expand and swallow up the earth. And so we got to get busy on trying to get the fuck out of the earth as fast as possible, just for the preservation of the human race. We got to have some contingency plan just in case the thing that scientists say is going to happen actually happens. I don't know. Maybe I'm paranoid just on that little point. But yeah. Dude, Drew, what were you doing while all this stuff was happening on Saturday with the High Republic author?
Trying to remember what was going on Saturday.
I think I messaged you at 8 p.m.
Yeah.
We went on immediately, and I couldn't get back to you until like 8:30, and we had Lorena Creole on. And she kind of she was a good voice to have on the panel too, just to give some womanly perspective on what was going on. Also, just didn't want a bunch of two white guys and an Asian guy freaking talking about shit. It's like our audience already heard that. Our audience already heard us. Get someone new on the panel. Yeah, what were you doing, dude? What were your feelings during that time? Everything was turning and moving so quickly.
Yeah, I mean, I pretty much was, I think at the time, because I wasn't feeling particularly great, so yeah, probably at that point in time was when I was napping.
Nah, that explains it. Yeah, because I gosh, I can't remember what had happened. Like, there was a series of events that had happened as we were going into the WandaVision review for episode 3, and we were kind of monitoring it. Thanks for joining us, Makini. Yeah,
Take care, Makini.
I shall watch your Sunday streams on replay, mostly because I can't really join on Sundays. But yeah, all that stuff happening. Just, I'm still kind of reeling. I guess the rest of the world is too, because they're still kind of attacking us. And now Twitter's enforced this little thing to shut us down. I really believe this is to shut us down. well, not just us, but like they wanted this thing since Trump got out of office. Now they can do this.
Mm-hmm.
Shut down any kind of alternate information aside from established, peer-reviewed, mainstream information. Which,
Mm-hmm.
okay,
That's exactly it.
yeah, that's, and it's like, okay, where does that leave our website? We've had several. I'm pretty sure we've had probably thousands of people just freaking reporting our fucking article for misleading misinformation. I'm sure of it. Imagine if they're equipped to go full. What was the term we called it?
Full retard.
Gestapo.
Yeah.
The Gestapo. I gotta write that term down. It's Gestapo. Gestapo Karens? No. Social justice. The social justice Gestapo. Instead of social justice warriors, the social justice Gestapo. The SJGs. That's the new term. There we go. Yeah, dude. I gave Stephen Walton at the end of not the end of December, like the beginning of December. I gave him a message, dude. It's getting a lot more interesting. take notes. And I thought I was just talking about Star Wars. And fuck, I did not know it'd be like everything. How Star Wars would connect with entertainment as a whole, how entertainment as a whole would connect with politics as a whole, how politics as a whole would connect with the entirety of like the world social interaction. Yeah, it's we're living in some weird times.
Mm-hmm. Absolutely, we are, dude. Like I said, it's gonna take a while, but I think that things will be okay.
You think what? No. What's your definition of okay?
Because I think eventually people are gonna wake up. People have woken up already by now a little bit, but there'll be more. And there's going to be a pushback, and I'm hoping for that. Non-violently.
No, well, yeah, non-violently. But when you think about pushback, which part of society will be doing the pushback? Because it's not going to be the corporations. Corporations are bought and sold. They're already in on this whole narrative, you know. Is it going to be the people? Is it going to be the streets? Is it going to be, the disenfranchised folks who in 2010 weren't heard, and they're just now they're going to rise up? Because remember, that movement just it just fizzled out. It died. And for those of you in the audience, I'm talking about the Occupy Wall Street movement. 2002. Did you visit those, Drew?
They visit what?
The Occupy people?
No.
The camps that they had set up?
No.
Like, I understood what they were trying to do. They were trying to address the fuckery that was happening with money, the golden parachutes that these guys were getting for fucking up our economy. And I do not agree with Obama giving these guys fucking bailouts either. That was a fucking mistake. They should have just reset. Ultimately, these guys should have failed. Some new range should have been given to new people, and let it reset. Just reset the whole fucking thing with people who will be able to manage it better. That's my thought on that, but that's neither here nor there anymore because that's already passed. But yeah, those camps just smelled of just. Oh, I hated walking into that thing because it was like weed and every other drug was legal there.
Of course.
They just did them all at once. They just carried on with their day as if it was nothing was going on. Just banging on drums and fucking. Oh shit! It's 12:30. All right, I gotta go, Drew. All right, Nano Reaper. Thanks for joining me. Mocking you already left, but.
Yep. Thanks for hanging out, man.
Dude, I knew I wasn't gonna get this done, but look at that. Oh,
yeah, came out pretty good. Or at least the stuff that you got done, so
yeah,
looks great.
So I'll probably apply oils later on, make this thing really, really, because you can still see some of those flaws in the details. I'll make this thing fucking shine. All right, dude. Thanks for hanging with me, man.
Yeah, absolutely, man. I will talk to you soon.
Wednesday.
Mm-hmm.
Bounding Live.
Yep. Don't miss Bounding Live. Check out our channel on Bounding into Comics. And yeah, I'll be in touch, Todd.
All right, man. It's probably like 4 a.m. for you or something.
Yeah, it's 3:32 right now.
Oh shit.
But I mean, like I said, I just woke up from a nap, so I'll be up for a couple hours. I'll probably fall back asleep. So,
Carrie Otis, Wild Orchid. That's all I gotta say.
Ding ding. Yep.
All right, man. See you in a bit.
All right. Good night, man.